Hi, and welcome everyone to part 2 of Learning Ethical Hacking. I am Reese Farmer, and let's get right into it. Just go to my udemycourse.com. Alright, so go to Udemy, go into my courses right here. This course is so good. Okay. Let's see. Start up. Take that off. Start more Oracle. Start Linux. I can't believe you just fixed that by hitting it. Okay, so here we go. And where is, go to my channel. Videos. Alright. Public videos. Yeah, it's not showing it. Give me 1 second, guys. Setting everything up so I can talk to the viewers. And we'll jump right into it. I know I should have been ready before the stream, but oh, here we go, right here. It's not showing it. Give me 1 second, guys. Setting everything up so Alright, my friend.
In monitor mode. Now you can run this command like this, and in most cases it would work, but in very rare cases this command will fail unless airodumpng is running against the target network. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my first terminal in here, and I'm going to run airodumpng using the command that we've seen before. And I don't want to write anything to a file, so I'm going to remove the write argument. So I'm just doing a normal airodumpng command. I'm literally just giving it the BSS ID of my target network, and I'm giving it the target channel. And then I'm just going to hit enter. We've seen how to do this. We spent a full lecture on it. That's why I did it really quick. And then I'm going to go back to the command that we wrote so far, and I'm going to hit enter. Now, as you can see, airplayng, it's telling me that it's sending the deauthentication packets. And if we go back here and look up, you can see that I actually lost my connection and I'm trying to connect back. So obviously, if I try to look for anything, so let's say test2, you'll see I'll get stuck and nothing will load for me. So the only way for me to connect back is if I go back here, if I quit this by doing Ctrl+C, quit this again, and now my machine should be able to connect back and restore its connection. This is actually very handy in so many ways. It's very useful in social engineering cases where you could disconnect clients from the target network and then call the user and pretend to be a person from the IT department and ask them to install a virus or a backdoor, telling them that this would fix their issue. You could also create another fake access point and get them to connect to the fake access point and then start spying on them from that access point. And we'll see how to do that later on in the course. And you can also use this to capture the handshake, which is what happened in here actually. And this is vital when it comes to WPA cracking, and we'll talk about this once we get to the WPA cracking section. So, like I said, this is a small attack that can be used as a plugin to other attacks or to make other attacks possible. Everything we've done so far can be done without the need to connect to the target network. Now, once we connect to the network, we can do so many cool things. We'll be able to gather so much more info. We'll be able to intercept the connections and see everything that the people send, whether it's usernames, passwords, URLs, or anything really. We'll also be able to modify the data, and you'll see all of this in the next section of this course. Now, if your target does not use encryption, then you can just connect to it. If your target is a wired network, then you can just use a cable and connect to it and move to the next section. The only problem is if your target is using encryption. So, in this section, I'm going to show you how to break that encryption and gain access to Wi-Fi networks, whether they use WEP, WPA, or WPA2. Once we get the key, we'll be able to connect to the network, and you'll be able to do all of the things that you'll learn in the next section, in the post-connection section. The first encryption that we'll learn how to break is called WEP, or Wired Equivalent Privacy. This is an old encryption that can be easily broken. The reason why I'm still covering it in this course is, first of all, because, like I said, it's very simple, so it's a good starting point. Also, it's still used sometimes in some networks. Therefore, you can't really call yourself a hacker, and then if you see a network that uses web, you'll get stuck and you won't even be able to break into it. So, in this lecture, I'm going to explain how web works and what's the weakness that we can use to break it. And in the next lecture, you'll see how we can use this weakness in order to break web and get the key for any network that uses WEP. So basically, WEP uses an algorithm called RC4 to encrypt its data. So the way this works is basically, if a client wants to send something to the router, and let's say it wants to send this text data to send to the router, it'll first encrypt this using a key. Therefore, this normal text will be converted into gibberish, as you can see here. This encrypted packet will be sent into the air. So if a hacker captures this packet, as we've seen before, if we open this packet, we'll see that it's full of gibberish. Even though it actually contains useful information, we won't be able to read it because it's encrypted. The access point will receive this encrypted.
Okay, Siri. Set a timer for 1 hour.
Setting. Okay, your timer is set for 1 hour.
Packet, and it'll be able to transform it back to its original form because it has the key. Therefore, it'll actually be able to read the contents, which is data to send to the router. The same happens if the router wants to send something back to the client. It'll first encrypt it using a key, send it to the client. The client will be able to decrypt it because it has the key. So the concept is always the same. The transmitter encrypts the data using a key, sends it to the receiver. The receiver is able to decrypt it because it also has the key. Therefore, anybody who captures the packet in the middle, they will get the packet, but they won't be able to see the contents because they do not have the key. So the algorithm and the way RC4 works is actually fine. The problem is with the way that WEP implements this algorithm. And to understand this, let's zoom in a little bit more on each step. So going back to the first step, we have the client trying to send data to the router, and the data that it wants to send is data to send to the router. So in order to encrypt this, WEP tries to generate a unique key for each packet. So literally each packet that's sent into the air, it tries to create a new unique key for it. To do that, it generates a random 24-bit initialization vector. The initialization vector is then added to the password of the network, to the actual key that people use to connect to the network. This generates a key stream, and then this key stream is used to encrypt this packet and transform it into gibberish. So basically we have the key stream plus the data that we need to encrypt gives us the gibberish, and then the gibberish is sent into the air. But before sending this into the air, WEP will also append the initialization vector. This is the 24-bit random number that I said it creates in order to make sure that each packet has a unique key. The reason why it adds the initialization vector to the packet is because once the router receives this packet, it needs to be able to decrypt it. And to decrypt it, it needs the key and the IV. But the router already has the key, so there is no need to send that. Therefore, we just need to send it the IV. So, when the router receives the packet, it has the IV, it has the password or the key, so it can generate a key stream and then use that key stream to transform this gibberish into its original form and read the packet. So, if you think about what I said, you can probably guess what the weakness is. Basically, the IV is sent in plain text. So if you look at this, you can see the packet content is encrypted. So if someone captures this packet, they won't be able to read this, but they will be able to read the IV in plain text. Also, the size of the IV is only 24 bits. Now, considering the huge amount of traffic that can be generated on a Wi-Fi network, this number is not big enough, and the IVs will start getting repeated in a busy network. This makes WEP vulnerable to statistical attacks, so we can use a tool called Aircrackng to determine the key stream once we have enough repeated IVs, and from that it will also be able to crack WEP and give us the key to the network. So from the previous lecture, we know in order to crack WEP, we need to first capture a large number of packets. This means that we'll capture a large number of IVs. The IV
First, capture a large number of packets. IVs. Second, analyze the captured IVs and crack the key. Alright, let's go.
IVs, because they are short, they will be repeated. Therefore, we'll be able to use a tool called Aircrackng to run statistical attacks and crack the web key. So we're using airodumpng to capture the data, and we've seen how to do this before. Then we're
Airodumpng and then Aircrackng.
using Aircrackng to analyze this data and break the key. Let's see how to do this in practice. So I already have my wireless adapter in monitor mode, and it's called Mon0.
Alright, so let's see. Monitor mode. Shoot, I forgot to put my.
I've also already run airodumpng to list all the networks around me. And as you can see, I have only one network using WEP. This is called test.
Okay, I gotta look up a command real quick, guys. Wait, I'm just gonna be lazy and use the lazy script and put my device into monitoring mode. Do this. Or come over here. Put an L because I installed the lazy script. Let's see here. Okay, no Smith, where's it at? Okay, start. Oh crap, okay, yeah, I forgot to set something up. So, go back into... Let's see, where's it? I need to go back and change something. Okay, so, I want to... I set this up, the script up wrong. Okay, so crap. Damn it, damn it, damn it. I set this up wrong. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to settings. Let's see. Six and 0. Okay, I need to reset up the lazy script real quick. Okay. Oh, this is so annoying. Okay. So, I want to uninstall. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's do 0 for exits. 0 for exits. Let's put in install enter. What? What's going on here? ls. Let's see, where's it at? Let's go to cd ls script. Let's go to uninstall dot sh. Enter. Sudo uninstall.sh. Damn it, okay, I forgot how to do it. I'm so new to this, guys. Let's see. Command in Linux to uninstall. Okay. App kit uninstall.sh. Come on. Let's see. We'll do it this way. This should be way easier. So I'm just running Let's see. Kits. Okay, so I know I'm doing it wrong. Go back. CD. Go back. Kits. Kits. Okay, you're so freaking annoying. Let's see. I just want a video on it so I can learn. Ah.
It's what's left. It's what's left. Waste. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I
So I did it right, yeah. There it goes. Yes. Just want to get rid of it, yes. Okay, there it goes. Just keep the exits. Alright, then try this again, ls. Okay, now I want to /install.sh. I'm installing. Okay. Oh, damn it, no. It's still doing it. So, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go in to the script and probably change a setting. Because I want to set up where everything's easy to access. Settings. Back. Okay, we're going to do this. It's going to make it like 20 times easier to do. Just delete this. Okay, so get that. Go here.
Reach more people with an ad on
वीडियो नोटिफिकेशन ताकि सारी वीडियोस बनाने वाला हूँ तो हो गया हक्कू फ्रेमवर्क हो गया मदद से है कि आपको वीडियो पसंद आ रही है या नहीं आ रही है। अगर आ रही होंगी तो मैं ऐसी वीडियोस और बनाता रहूँगा। सो गाइस चलिए शुरू करते हैं। जैसा कि आप देख पा रहे हैं आपके डेस्कटॉप पे मैं भी हूँ काले लिनक्स पे। काले लिनक्स का टर्मिनल खोला हुआ है और यहाँ पे आपको दिख रहा है डेस्कटॉप की डायरेक्टरी में हूँ। तो हमें क्या करना है, सिंपली यहाँ पे करना है गिट क्लोन। तो गिट क्लोन करने के लिए आप सबको पता ही है क्या कमांड डालेंगे, और जहाँ पे मैं बताऊँ कि मैं जो URL यूज़ कर रहा हूँ वो आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मिल जाएगा। तो आप वहाँ
Clone. Go down here. Clone. Copy. Paste. Take off read only. Paste. Okay. ls. Nope, I did not mean to do that. cd. Okay, there it goes. Terminal up again. ls. Go to cd ls script. cd. Oh, shoot. ls script. Go to ls. Okay, I want to do install.sh. Permission.
से जाके कॉपी डालेंगे ls कमांड ताकि हमें डायरेक्टरी दिख जाए इसकी या फिर फोल्डर दिख जाए मैं कहूँ तो आप जैसा कि देख पा रहे हैं l script नाम से एक फोल्डर बन चुका है। तो अब हम इसी के अंदर जाएंगे तो उसके लिए हम कमांड डालेंगे cd और l script। तो चलिए इसके अंदर भी चल लेते हैं और चेकआउट कर लेते हैं हमने कोई गलती तो नहीं की है, तो मेरे को तो नहीं लगता गाइस। तो चलिए एंटर मार के हम आ चुके हैं फोल्डर में या डायरेक्टरी में। ls कमांड हम दोबारा देंगे तो यहाँ पे आप देख पा रहे होंगे एक फाइल install.sh। तो अभी एग्जीक्यूटेबल परमिशन इसे नहीं मिली हुई है, ये ग्रीन कलर में नहीं है। तो सबसे पहले हम इसे एग्जीक्यूटेबल परमिशन देंगे। तो ऐसा करने के लिए हम सिंपली लिखेंगे chmod+x और उसके बाद हम जो हमने अभी sh स्क्रिप्ट डाली है इसे हम पेस्ट कर देंगे। तो चलिए देख लेते हैं हमसे कोई गलती तो नहीं हुई है। तो chmod की स्पेलिंग गलत लिख दिया मैंने, तो गाइस दोबारा डाल लेते हैं chmod+x और install.sh को हम कर देंगे पेस्ट और उसके बाद हमें सिंपली एंटर मार देना है, जिससे ये एग्जीक्यूटेबल फाइल में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगी। तो जैसा कि आप देख पा रहे हैं अब हमें सिंपली ये करना है कि इस sh स्क्रिप्ट को रन करा देना है। तो जैसे मैंने आपको कमांड डाली है डॉट और स्लैश डाल के install.sh कर देना है, या फिर आपको sh install.sh भी आप कर सकते हैं जैसा आप चाहें। तो अब ये कह रहा है प्रेस एनी की टू इंस्टॉल द स्क्रिप्ट, तो एंटर हमें मार देना है। तो जैसे कि ये कह रहा है यू डिडंट फॉलो सिंपल इंस्टॉल इंस्ट्रक्शन आई विल ट्राई टू डू इट। तो ये दूसरी विंडो आपके में अगर खोल देता है तो आपको सिंपली दोबारा से एनी की प्रेस कर देनी है। तो गाइस ऐसे ही कुछ करना है, हो सकता है आपके में भी ऐसी कुछ दो विंडो खुल जाएं। काफ़ी लोगों के में खुल जाती हैं, काफ़ी लोगों के में नहीं खुलती हैं, तो डरने वाली बात नहीं है। अगर आपके पहले टाइम नहीं हो रहा है तो सिर्फ आपको एंटर मारते रहना है। अगर ये आपसे पूछ रहा है कि आप इंस्टॉल करना चाहते हैं स्क्रिप्ट को या अपडेट को, हम इंस्टॉल करना चाहते हैं इसलिए हम लिखेंगे आई और एंटर मार देंगे। अगर आपके में पहले से इंस्टॉल है तो आप यू भी लिख सकते हैं। तो गाइस ये सब कुछ जो भी है स्क्रिप्ट को ऐड कर रहा है और चलिए इसे होने देते हैं। तो ये कह रहा है आपको सिंपली एल लिखना है टू लॉन्च द स्क्रिप्ट। देख रहे हैं आप कितना इजी है इसे लॉन्च करना, सिर्फ एल लिखने के बाद एंटर मार देंगे और जो स्क्रिप्ट है वो आपकी इंस्टॉल हो जाएगी। तो ये कह रहा है कि आप जो भी कह रहा है ये फिलहाल यस और नो करने को कह रहा है कि आप अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेंगे जो भी आप काम इस पे करेंगे। तो हमें सिंपली इसमें लिखना है यस। तो चलिए मैं भी यस लिख देता हूँ और एंटर मार देते हैं। ओह शायद गाइस इसमें कैपिटल में लिखना है, तो कैपिटल में हम लिख देते हैं यस और उसके बाद यानी कि हमें प्रेस कर देनी है। तो यस करके हम एंटर मारेंगे और ये इंस्टॉल जो भी प्रोसेस।
So let's go back to my course.
Test AP3, and this is my actual
So let's enable monitoring mode. So let's hit start. Okay, there we go.
network that I use every day. I've just configured it to use web to make this lecture. The main reason why I'm targeting the network that I use daily, because like I said, for this to work, we need to capture a large number of packets, and therefore we need a busy network, a network that gets used constantly to capture a large number of packets. If the network is idle, then the process is a little bit complex, and I will cover that in the next lecture. So for now, let's focus on the simplest form, which is how to break into a busy network. So I'm going to copy the BSS ID of this network.
Okay, so let's
And I'm going to run.
pause that. Stop unpausing. Let's do a scan. Let's see. I want to. Where is it at? Scan. Let's see if it'll scan. Do 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 do. Alright, it's doing its thing. Need to get to the command because I need to have the commands for studying. Let's see. So there it is, IW command on the monitor. There's the packets, so I have that set up. Let's increase this just a little bit. Alright. So now need, where's it at? This tool is so good. Back. See, hidden shortcuts. Let's see what that is. Back. Okay, start over. Let's see. Tools, let's go 9. Tools. Okay. Net discover. Okay, let's go back. I should do it the old-fashioned way, guys, because it's so much easier to do. So let's go back to CD, and then pull on Notepad. Quit. All right. So my system is in monitor mode. So go over here to jump. Jump. G, and then we're going to do G, and we're going to select scan all with wireless LAN 0. Okay, so let's start that up. do that command right, I guess. G and ABG 0. There it goes. Alright. As you can see, it's throwing up test networks that I've set up with virtual machine. Alright. So we'll hit Control C to stop all that. Okay. C. All right. So now we're going to come here. Let's see. So select. Whoops, wrong things. Airodump. G. BSSID. Select the one you want to sniff. Just like that. Copy that. Okay, select the channel. The test Wi-Fi is on. So the channel. On 6. Right. Make sure always when you're doing this command to do double, just like that. Alright, channel 6. Okay, right test. Alright. So, channel 6. Here. Channel 6. Go to right test. Parse LAN 0. Enter. Valid band. Oh, I didn't set up that command. Okay, so go back. So yeah, what's nice is Linux tells you the errors that you did, so that's always nice. Okay, boom. Alright, now what this is going to do is show me the devices. Okay, Control C. Got that now. So, come back over to my video.
On airodumpng against this network only. So I showed you how to do this before. I'm gonna do airodumpng. I'm gonna do --BSS ID to specify the BSS ID of the network. Then I'm gonna do --channel to specify the channel of the network, and we can see it's running on number 1. And I'm gonna do --write to store everything that we capture into a file, and let's call this file basic web. And then I'm gonna specify my wireless adapter in monitor mode, which is mon0. So we ran this command before in the targeted sniffing lecture. All we're doing is we're running airodumpng against a specific network with this MAC address, with this channel, and we're storing everything in a file called basic web. I'm gonna hit enter, and as you can see, airodumpng is working against my target network. And if you notice, you'll see the data in here is increasing really fast. So this is something that I told you I'll talk about it later when we were talking about airodumpng, because I didn't want to talk about IVs at that early stage. So basically what you see under the data column is the number of useful packets that contain a different IV that we can use in order to crack the key. So the higher this number is, the more likely we will be able to crack the key.
Okay, so go back in here. Oh, baby. Do. Oh, baby, every day I wanna be Fernandez. Ooh, baby, I love the way every day. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna end this.